What's up YouTube? Capital G here, looking at a brand new monster coming out of Extreme Force. This guy is actually column based and it's a very interesting and unique card. It has 4 freaking effects, and what is most interesting about this card is not any one of those effects in particular, but the fact that each effect actually it's tied to where this card actually is on the field, which is very unique. I don't think that there's anything quite like this card. So this is Miku Retori. It's a dark wing beast monster, level 4. It is 1300 attack, 1500 defense. The stat line it's okay. I mean, it actually reminds me a lot of a Raid Raptor monster. In fact, I think this card actually could potentially be splashed into Raid Raptors. I'll talk about that more in a second. So let's break down those 4 different effects, because this card gains the following effect depending on the main monster zone in which it is placed. If it's in the leftmost monster zone, it gains 1000 attack and defense, which I saw that and I was like, damn, dude. So you can technically just normal summon this and it's 2300 attack, and that's pretty damn powerful, especially considering it doesn't have one of those like stupid drawbacks where it has to like switch to defense position, or it can't attack the turn it's summoned or anything like that. If it's in the rightmost monster zone, this card can attack up to 2 monsters during each battle phase, so that's actually pretty decent, especially if you can find a way to modify its statistics. If it's in the middle monster zone, this card cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, so it becomes a Magispector or a Leo Dancer. And then if it's in anything else, monsters in the same column as this card cannot activate their effects, which is pretty powerful, because you could just technically summon it in a monster in a zone that's kind of the opposite of what your opponent has a monster in, and you can just kind of lock down that monster, make it so it can't activate its ability. And unless they have something like Solemn Warning where they can just instantly respond, that monster could potentially be fucked. So this is a really interesting card, and I mean, this card has more utility than probably 90% of monsters in the game, but I think this card is actually really good. First off, it can potentially be a beater, and understand that when I say potential, all of these are just potential, because we don't really know where you're going to put this card on the board. There could be stipulations where you're locked out of zones, or maybe you've already got stuff committed, etc., etc. But for it to be able to be a Magispector and for it to be able to potentially be 2300 attack, I think the double attacking monsters is just okay. I don't really think that that one is all that useful. And then I see potentially locking out your opponent's monsters as pretty good counterplay. So I actually like this card, and as I said earlier, this card reminds me of a Raid Raptor, and I think you can play this in Raid Raptors because it is searchable from Force Tricks, and it is Dark Attribute. I'm not like a super Raid Raptor expert or anything like that, but Raid Raptors probably can play Allure Darkness, considering the entire archetype is dark. This card would also work for Icarus attack, so tons of synergy with Raid Raptors, and you could possibly play it in Harpies as well, because Harpies, if I'm not mistaken, searches this, so it's actually not bad in Wing Beast decks. Oh, you know what? Harpies play Icarus attack as well, so there you go. I guess if you're a Harpies fan or if you're a Double R fan, those are 2 decks that this card could be very strong in. But I think this card's pretty unique, and if Konami is going to design column support like this, if they're going to design column support like Shutline, these are the cards that I think are pretty good. These are the cards that I think have potential to actually see some niche play. It might not be main competitive strategy play. It may not be, you know, like Pot of Desires or things that see massive play, but these are the cards that can at least break through to competitive play in a couple of niche decks. So you guys let me know what you think. I think it's a very solid card, and I'm hoping that we will see more column cards on this level. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.